Cool. Welcome back, Fun Fam, and if you're brand new to the channel, welcome in to follow the Bradley's Fun. This is the Daily Dish with your host, yours truly. That's me, little old Ron E. Bradley here. Wow, I hope wherever you are, you're having a phenomenal day. Morning, afternoon, evening, middle of the night, 3 a.m., 6 p.m., whatever. Whenever you're watching, because people are watching from all around the world, all around the globe, whenever that is, I hope it's phenomenal. Speaking of the day, as of the recording live stream of this right now, if you're watching or if you're watching the replay so that you can know when it happened, today is the first day of July. The first day of the month of July in the year 2025. We have made it this far. Can you believe it? It's hard to believe it. Here we are, the first day of July. We made it past the month of June, and that was the month of Pride, and Pride cometh before the fall, and the fall will be coming in a few months. So literally on the calendar every year, it does actually come before the fall. Bible predicted it years ago, eons ago. There you go. So there it is. Good morning to everybody who is watching. Good morning to the chat. Let's make this, if you guys don't mind, a super month. Let's get started off on the right foot. Let's hit the goal today, please. I don't mean to sound beggy or anything, but I just want to get the month started off right. It's like and you probably seen it. It's we reported it on the pro show last night. What's going on with the quartering, what's going on with other new media type channels. I don't know if it's not what I would necessarily call shadow banning or the algorithm's broken or something like that. But YouTube's algorithm does change periodically, and we as content creators, I want to have fun. I want to enjoy this. I want to be passionate about it, and that's it, right? Just but it's also my living. So, and I want to be here for you, and to make that happen, like it or not, I got to have funding. So, if we can start this month off right and hit that goal, 5 super chats, it helps so much, and it's only 99 cents or up. Can be anything past that. Now, of course, if you cannot support the goal, please don't do that. But if you can, that's great. If we do hit it today, you get to pick where I go next. Yesterday, I was at the Magic Kingdom, and I don't really want to go back there for a while. I may go today with the family, because this is the last chance that we have to visit Tom Sawyer's Island, because I have a small pass. I have like the Pixie Pass, right? So the Pixie Pass is that little bitty pass. Whereas a local Floridian, I can go during the week, but I can't. I'm blocked out on weekends, and then I have large blockout dates. Well, one of those large blockout dates is coming up. We'll hit the microphone. That is July the 2nd through the 6th. So for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th, I am blocked out. Can't go to the parks, and I can go to Universal Everest Carmageddon. So yes, indeed, may go there. And if you guys choose, if you guys do the get the goal and choose, I'll go to Universal if that's where you want. I'll do it wherever you guys choose. Would be fine here in Orlando. But yeah, so which means that today is actually the last day that I could possibly enjoy the Liberty Bell Riverboat, Rivers of America, and Tom Sawyer's Island before they destroy the Magic Kingdom, because that's what they're about to do. They're about to completely destroy the Magic Kingdom. And we'll talk about that as one of the potential reasons why people aren't necessarily visiting the parks a whole lot, the Disney parks, as much as they were in the past. So we'll be talking about that today on the show. Thank you, everybody, for being here today. Obviously, if we do hit the goal, we're going to do the big celebration. I love to celebrate with you guys, and we'll talk about celebration in a little bit. But first, I got to thank each and every one of you for being here, for getting me, especially on a late night. Now, if you watched last night, I was on the pro show until midnight, a little bit after midnight. So, yes. So I kind of had to try to get my sleep in and then refresh and be here with you 9:30 a.m. The next day. My gosh, it's not a lot of turnaround time. But here I am, and that's because you guys are the apple of my eye, the cream, as Roger Rabbit would say, the apple of my eye, the cream in my coffee. And of course the Energon, right? Like the Transformers of old, the Autobots and the Decepticons. You guys give me the energy to be here. You are my Energon that this gets this guy for you to transform and roll out of bed to be here with you in the morning.
A toast, Autobots. Boy, these are good. I needed to refuel. Energy! This stuff's the greatest!
That's right, the syrup on my waffles. So thank you all for being here today. Also, we're doing a membership drive right now. We've been on the air for a year with this show. The channel's been going for about 2 years. I opened the channel in 2018, but that really I wasn't doing anything with it. That's just when I signed up to YouTube, right, with this channel. And then started to do stuff with it the end of May 2023. And then this show's been going for about a year. Now, I don't know if I'm going to have a year-long, like a 1-year anniversary celebration. I don't really know exactly when I started the show, to be honest with you. I have to go back in the records and look. But we might have a 1-year celebration. But I want to say hi to everybody that is here in the chat. But I want to thank you for the support, of course. But we are looking for more members of the chat. So, of course, we'll celebrate that too. Member milestone chats always get celebrated. But if anybody is dropping memberships or new members, always welcome. And as Culture has said, and as many others said, that is whether it's me or Culture or Pro, Lorena, whoever, best way to support your favorite creators, one of the greatest ways, is a channel membership. Yes, indeed. As a matter of fact, I got to get some stuff ready for those who have been members for a while. Jill Powers, the River Daughters, first through the door today, says, good morning. Follow the Bradley's fun, all wrenches and chat. Thank you, Jill, for being here. I appreciate you so much. Storm Poopas Q Burr. The Burr is in the house. Hello, humans and other critters. I love the Burr. And I chimed in with good morning, everyone. See you in just a few. Happy July. It's July. And Dan's Life at the Kingdom says, good morning, Ron and everyone. Where's everyone? I took them all to Epic with me, so you're welcome. Yes, indeed. It's I don't know how busy Epic Universe is, because Epic doesn't have an annual pass yet, and it's like $180 to get in right now, or maybe a little bit of a discount if you have a universal pass. But that is not something that this channel can afford quite yet. So Snort Poopus is here. Everybody's saying hi to everybody. Who else? Equus Heart is here. Equus Heart, my dear. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good to see you, Equus Heart. Good to see you in the chat. Can't believe it's July already. And it is. It is July. That's why we want to get this month started off right and have lots of celebrations on the channel today. I want to set us up for tons of celebrations. That's you guys. It's all you in the chat to set us up for celebrations. Pam Empson, hey there all. Pam Empson is here. Andy W is here. I do have it. Yeah. Good morning. It's fun fam time. It's fun fam. Thank you, Andy W. Are you back in Oregon now? Tom F. Tom F. The Great Pirate Wrench. Hey, y'all. Tom F. is wrenching all day, especially on a Tuesday. But for him, it was Tuesday. Yes. And everybody's saying hi to everybody. The names are back to normal. Yes, the YouTube has fixed the glitch. Whatever the glitch was, the glitch is no more, and we can see all the names the way they should be. I wrote them yesterday. I don't know if that helps. I wrote them on X and said, hey, Team YouTube, can you fix this whole thing with the names glitch thing? And hopefully I wasn't the only one. Hopefully other people are. It's the only way to get a hold of YouTube people quickly. I don't have a YouTube rep or anything like that. You got to have, I think if you have 100,000 or more subscribers, you actually get access to a YouTube rep. I am growing, but nowhere near that, of course. Yes, we're back to normal. Hey. My mom is in the chat. Good morning, Mom. Kathleen Fantazi is here to say, and Avarice Carmageddon, one of our favorites. Good to see you in the chat. Rather go to Universal. Yes, indeed. If you guys send me, if we get the 5 and you guys can send me to Universal, that would be awesome. I would happily do it. Avarice Carmageddon, hello. Tasneem Kitty, finally. Now, this isn't Tasneem Kitty. Are you Kitty? I haven't seen that name before, but have you shown up as anyone else in the chat? Are you brand new to the morning show here and have seen me other places? Perhaps that is the case. Izzo's Place is here. I see Izzo's Place. Good to see you in the chat. Snortapoopus, yep, and he is in Oregon. It's always a Monday. Oh, no. I don't want to have a case of the Mondays every day. Epic was busy yesterday comparing to when I went in April. Go and Shogi is here. Go and Shogi. Good morning. Good to see you. I hope you're feeling better, my friend. I really, really do. Always, man, love seeing you in the chat, Go and Shogi. Appreciate you being here, especially the first show of July. I really, really appreciate that. And thank you. If you had to make any sacrifices to do it, thank you so much for showing up, buddy. Sean, the artist formerly known as, I'm just going to read it as John Cusack. Yo. Was the last thing that he was in 2012 John Cusack, the actor? Tanner Stanley is here. Good to see you. I'm seeing more new names coming in the door. And happy Canada Day to the Canadians. And I'm sorry. Is it Canadians Day? Happy Canadian Day, everybody. Happy Canadian Day. Okay, so let me talk about the goal and the celebrations that we do. Okay, so we like to celebrate members. That's not members. We'd like to celebrate our audience. That's you guys out there. We love celebrating you, all of you. So we lay down a celebration. Anytime there's any support from our audience that helps keep this show going, that helps give me the energon to help me transform and roll out, I celebrate that. So whether that is a PayPal or Buy Me a Coffee donation, which is technically Buy Me buy me a Dole Whip, or somebody buys something from the spread shop. We're going to get that on the screen. As a matter of fact, let me put that on the screen right now. I haven't done that yet. And then we can talk about it in a better way. And I also need to get. I'm behind on getting merch out. Let me make it a goal to get at least one new piece of merch out every single month this year, as we start our second year of the spread shop too. We've got. There's no sales going on right now. All right, so yes, indeed. Add this to the stage. Here is our spread shop. Spread shop. Go and show you. Throw up the link to the spread shop. So we have our spread shop merch. We've got Make Disney Walt again, which not by putting an animatronic up at Disneyland. That's not the same thing. But it's actually bringing back the spirit of Walt to the Disney parks. It's not there. You can't kill Rivers of America and bring Walt back. Follow the Bradley's fun. This is my Fedora Finds logo merch, the fedora. If you see me in the parks, I'm probably going to be wearing the fedora. That's how you recognize me. Or follow the Bradley's fun. Hey, I've got that shirt on right now. Look at that. Look at that. Yes, indeed. So all of that merch, if anybody buys anything from the spread shop during the course of the show and lets me know, we will celebrate that as well. So what are the celebrations? It is a purchase from the spread shop. Let me know though, because I won't know that it's purchased unless you let me know in the chat. Or PayPal, buy me coffee. Those things let me know too. Super chats. We're going to get to that in a second, Andy. Super chats, super thanks, super stickers, all those count. Although really it's the super chats that count because they count towards the goal. Gifted memberships, right? Which Go and Shogi is so wonderfully dropping right now. Or anybody becomes a member of the channel, or anybody has a member milestone chat. Any of those types of things we are going to celebrate. We've got a couple to celebrate right off the bat. Thank you so much. My goodness, right here with Andy W coming in. And let's start the month off right. Let me show you what a celebration is going to look like. Now, when we do celebrate, we all celebrate together. If you're a member of the channel, you got custom emojis you can use. If you're not a member of the channel, you got fireworks, you got thumbs up, you got whatever smiley emojis, fun. Throw them down in the chat. We celebrate together, and a celebration is going to look a little something like this. All right. Boop, boop, boop. Person yellow. What does that look? Person yellow podium blue. Oh, look at that. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, look over here. See. Now, we also have Go and Shogi. Andy W contributed that one. Let's start the month off right. Then we got Go and Shogi gifted the 5 memberships. Let me read these off. Congratulations to Dude Man Cause, Troy McDonald, Cruising is Fun Anytime, The Hitchhiking Bones, and Chris is a Creation Fun. And I just burped in the middle of that because I'm drinking my wake up juice. Thank you guys so much. And Go and Shogi, we got to celebrate that one too with a let's do a little piece.
Is it too much? Too much? It's your birthday!
Oh, this is just the best of us see. And Dan's Life at the Kingdom also coming in hot with that $1.99. And he says cool off, it rips off us. So I am guessing that's going to be a vote for Islands of Adventure if we get all 5. We got 2 out of the 5 now. And we got 5 new memberships. Oh my goodness. We're getting things started off right. Thank you guys. Oh my gosh. I love you. Thank you so much. We are definitely getting things started off right. Getting things started off
Right.
Yes, right. Now, one of the things we want to make sure that doesn't happen is if you guys get the 5 and you send me to Islands of Adventure, we got to make sure this doesn't happen.
So I think what happened is I went to Epcot. You can go around the whole world, and I had a couple in the Germany section, and I thought I went to China. Anyway, I'm a knucklehead.
Yes, Tim Waltz. Tim Waltz was definitely a knucklehead. And I don't know. I mean, I just did 2 celebrations.
Everyone, but you wanted more?
Okay, fine. You want more? We'll do a little. And we also have Sean, the artist, formerly known as somebody other than Sean the artist, has sent in a 99-cent super sticker, which we also celebrate. Now, here's the thing. I have no control over this, but sadly, super stickers, for some reason, don't count towards the goal. That's a YouTube weirdness, but, I tell you what, I will count it anyway. And if we only end up with 4, I'll say it was 5, and we'll just count it. How about that? Because we want to celebrate that, and let's celebrate it with this. This is a cute little. It's for those that know Lorne Connor, and I'm sure you do. We'll celebrate with this one.
Afternoon, everybody.
Oh my gosh. That's a cute clip. Hey, Canadian Family Life. Happy Canada Day. Oh, Canada, you're not my native land. I grew up in America, and that's where I still stand. Hey, well, I can't help it. I grew up here. This is where I was born. What are you going to do? And for Canada Day, though, the one I would love it if this were Canada's national anthem. Canada, my Canada, your lifetime journey for the traveler. Tiffany, Canadian Family Life, have you ever heard the whole Canada song from the Canadian Pavilion at Epcot? It's a great song. I love it. It's one of the coolest things about Disney. Actually, the Canada Pavilion I love, but I really wish they'd go back to the Martin Short movie, because the one they have now, they use 2 of Canada's greatest comedians, and they have no comedic lines. Like, it's bizarro. Go and Shogi, can you do me a favor for Canadian Family Life and any other? Sean is asking for the French part. Camarozzi. I'm trying to remember the French part. Canada. Sans tout ce que j'aime. I'm trying. I know some of the French words, but I don't know the entire French part of it. It's obviously the same words as the English part, but in French. But boy, I don't know all of the French words. Although if I'm listening to it, I'll probably be singing along right with it. But yeah. So go and Shogi. Can you find, because I'm sure that it's somewhere on YouTube, if you look it up on YouTube, can you find a link to the song for Canada and throw that in the chat for Canadian Family Life so they can listen to it at some point in time? I'd appreciate that, because I can't really do it. I'll have the show. I gotta start stories. It's Tuesday and we got stories to get to, and yeah. So we got to start doing that. All right, we got 2 out of 5 on the goal. So let's go for hitting that, get all 5, and you guys get to send me. If we do it fast enough, by the way, I will throw up the poll during this stream and see where you guys may want me to go. And you guys would choose during the stream. It would be great. Let me see. Yeah. Okay. So there's a couple things I wanted to get to today, and they're kind of important stories. Ooh, wow. This one is harsh. This one is not exactly what you would call great news. As a matter of fact, I'm going to have to go with the fact that this is how we're going to have to tell this story.
I have news.
What type of news is it?
Well, to be perfectly frank, it's bad.
Maybe if you tell me the bad news in a good way, it won't sound so bad.
The bad news in a good way. Yes, I can do that. Oh, well, here goes. Wait till you hear this.
Oh boy, Disney's at it again. Disney is at it again. Yes, it's time for another round of budget cuts. And we know people personally affected by this. Yes, it's another round of Disney layoffs. They just keep happening and happening and happening. Let's get this story on the screen. Out of that parkplace.com. We're going to throw this up on the screen. Thatparkplace.com, bookmark it if you have it for all the news that should be fun. Disney employees hit with a 5th round of layoffs in the last year. 5th round of layoffs in the last year. While Bob Iger gets a 30% pay raise. Wow. Wouldn't it be great to be a CEO of a company that while you're leading the company, the stock value is going down and you're doing a horrible job and you just keep giving yourself raises? What an amazing life that is. To be paid for being a failure, as Bob Iger is doing. I mean, I don't know. Even if it tarnished my reputation, probably not going to care about that while I'm sailing out on my $1 million yacht, right? This is by Marvin Montanaro, June 27th. There's Bob looking all happy and this 30% raise and making his millions and millions and millions of dollars while the rest of his company goes to pot. My gosh. Whew. I don't like covering this kind of stuff because I'd rather be an all good news person, but this is what it is. We'll try to make it fun. The Walt Disney Company has announced its 5th round of layoffs in 2025, continuing a pattern of deep cuts across the entertainment giant. The latest reductions have struck the entertainment and ESPN product and technology division, where less than 2% of the workforce was reportedly let go. Disney referred to the move as a rebalancing of resources, despite it following 4 other major staff reductions in the last 8 months. But what makes this round especially controversial is what happened earlier this year. Now, I'm going to chime in with something that I know real quick before we go on with what happened earlier this year. Sometimes when Disney is doing these things, they do it in one of the worst ways possible. We personally know somebody in my family, that's not in my family. My family knows somebody who was affected by this, and they laid them off 2 days before they were eligible for their retirement benefits on purpose so that they wouldn't have to give them their retirement benefits. That's the Bob Iger way. Not the Walt way, but the Bob Iger way. I'm just saying. Oh, Yeah, comment below what you think about that one. Back in January 2025, Disney disclosed in its annual proxy filing that CEO Bob Iger received a 30% pay increase, with his total compensation rising to $41.1 million for the fiscal year 2024. That raise was made public just weeks before the first of 5 layoff rounds began rolling out company-wide, streaming, spending, and staff cuts. Oh my. The current layoffs affect teams working on the technological infrastructure behind Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN. The division is led by Chief Product and Technology Officer Adam Smith, who joined Disney last year under his leadership. The company has launched password sharing crackdowns, introduced subscriber perk bundles, and expanded e-commerce features that will let users purchase merchandise tied to what they're watching. If you've probably seen that, oh, you're watching this, well, go buy this while you're watching it. Oh, God. I get that we all need to make money, but boy, the advertising, even for me, even on my own channel when I'm watching it back, kind of gets annoying. I know. It is what it is. We kind of have it. Additionally, Disney recently struck a deal with Amazon to enhance targeted streaming advertisements, and the company is preparing to launch a standalone ESPN streaming service this fall. Despite these tech-forward initiatives, the company continues to shrink the teams building them. Layoffs mount as executive pay soars. And that's quite the word that Mr. Marvin Montanaro uses there, because, yeah, executive pay soars, and boy, for those that it's affecting negatively in the company, I'm pretty sure they're leaving them with sores as well. Well, this latest round of Disney layoffs comes after previous cuts in early June 2025. Hundreds let go in entertainment and finance divisions. January 2025, under 200 laid off from ABC News Group and Disney Networks. Fall 2024, 300 corporate employees cut. Late 2024, more reductions within ABC and digital media. While these layoffs have targeted different departments, the trend remains consistent. Regular staff reductions followed by new cost-cutting narratives, often just months after lavish executive payouts. Bob Iger's $41 million payday. The timing of Iger's raise is key. His 30% compensation hike was revealed in January 2025, right before the company launched its new layoff wave. The details: his base salary, $1 million a year. Stock awards, $18.3 million. Stock options, $12 million. Performance bonus, $7.2 million. How do you get a performance bonus? Sorry. Other compensation, $2.1 million, including private security and travel. Oh my gosh. Total compensation now exceeds that of 99% of CEOs in the media and entertainment industry, making him one of the most highly paid executives in a company that's cutting hundreds of jobs for efficiency. In conclusion, as frontline workers are shown the door, Disney's leadership continues to collect 8-figure paydays, raising serious questions about priorities at the highest levels of the company. Stay tuned to That Park Place for continued coverage of these layoffs. Yeah, it's just, man, how do you even run a company? I don't know. I know that we focus here on this channel more on the parks divisions than anything else, and I just see the parks going downhill so bad. I see a lot of wrong decisions being made at the parks. Obviously, a lot of this has to do with the entertainment division. Get him out. It's my opinion. You need to get rid of Bob Iger before Disney becomes Walt again. But what are your thoughts? The whole thing, Bob Iger. I mean, is it fair that he's making $41 million a year while laying off his most important people, cutting them off sometimes a couple days before their retirement and giving them those benefits, cutting off those benefits? Let me know. Let me know. Sound off in the comments below. Let us know in the comments below before you go out the door today. Thank you for coming in, checking it out. Let's check the chat. Izzo's places. Jill Powers, I gotta say, how do you get a performance bonus when your performance fails? Oh my gosh. Performance bonus will enact once daily use of the office shower commence in Izzo's place. I feel like Bob stopped caring about the optics when he took his spot back. He used to pretend to care. Maybe that's what it is. You know what? I mean, that's a really good comment, Izzo. He don't care. He doesn't care about the company. He doesn't care about the optics. I really don't think that these people. I used to believe 10 years ago, I believed that the executives cared about that. 10 years ago, I was a fan of Bob Iger because at that point in time, it was think about 10 years ago, 2015. The MCU was going gangbusters in 2015. My favorite MCU movie of all time had just come out a year before, which was The Winter Soldier. I didn't know how good we had it back then. I mean, I loved The Winter Soldier. What a great movie that was. And you had everybody looking the way they needed to look in that movie and act. It was really, for me personally, The Winter Soldier is the pinnacle movie of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And to me, that was the best movie. And while there was only a slight decline after that movie, in my opinion, with some other kind of misses like the Dark World or whatever. When did Dark World come? That was 2013. Dark World came out. Anyway, 2015, you think about the Disney company in 2015. The parks were looking good, going strong. We thought the acquisitions of Pixar and Marvel and Star Wars were great. 2015, Force Awakens hadn't even come out yet, and we were all looking forward to it because remember they showed us in the trailer, and then there was that scene that got everybody on board with the Force Awakens, and that scene was Han and Chewie entering the Millennium Falcon and going, "Chewie, we're home." Everybody, that got so many people on board with that movie, and we had no idea. Boy, did they fool us! Oh, man, what the hey diddle diddle and the kitty in the middle happened since then? Go and Shogi. They brainwashed a fair amount of the employees that are left. When I was talking to a lady, she thought getting free Disney Plus was a benefit. Yeah, that's much better than health insurance. When Disney Plus first came out, they gave you the option. This was so funny to me. They gave you the option, and because I was a cast member when Disney Plus came out, you could have the option of getting Disney Plus for free or keeping your free park entrances, but it was one or the other. Free park entrances are technically worth thousands of dollars a year. Like literally, I want to say the free park entrances, if you were to go off of the retail value of a single day at the park, literally, I mean, mega thousands per year, because you get up to $700 a day worth of people in, or more, depending on the size of your family, 16 times a year. If you wanted to use it that way. I don't think most employees don't. And by the way, you get that benefit if you work for Marvel or ABC or Pixar, any of those, you get that benefit. You could have exchanged that for $7 a month Disney Plus for free. And everybody every cast member was laughing about that. Of course, nobody's choosing Disney Plus. Why would you do that? That doesn't make any sense. Because you can pay for Disney Plus with a few hours of work, not park entrances. But that's the way they went about it, and it was really, really funny. Maybe they are giving all cast members Disney Plus for free now. We used to get ABC for free as a cast member, but like I said, I'm not a cast member now, so I don't know anymore, but yeah. Yeah. The Force Awakens was coming out. Zootopia. I mean, 10 years ago, good times. Sequels to Finding Nemo, Incredibles, Toy Story were announced. Yeah. I mean, like 10 years ago. Wow. It's just amazing to me to see the decline. Let's see. I don't have any new supers, so we're going to move on to the next story. What time is it? I want to make sure I have enough time for 2 stories more because I want to get both of these stories in. How many people were here yesterday and saw the live stream from Magic Kingdom? Let me know in the chat if you saw the live stream at the Magic Kingdom yesterday. Let me look at the chat for this. Andy W saw it. Okay. Annie W was the one. She was the one that was watching me yesterday. I think there were more people watching the stream yesterday. So you might have seen the entire new Hall of Presidents presentation, right? The Hall of Presidents is back at Walt Disney World, at the Magic Kingdom. A lot of people were speculating it might not even open up because some people consider President Trump to be controversial, while I consider him to be a president who's just doing his job. Well, guess what? He's back, but it was a very quiet return. Yeah, Go and Shogi says, I was in PD Cothry, but hey, thanks, Go and Shogi. Appreciate that. Yeah, so President Trump has quietly returned to the Magic Kingdom, to the Hall of Presidents, and I am going to put this story on the screen out of thatparkpolice.com. Here's the full report by our good friend Marvin Montanaro. President Trump returns to Hall of Presidents. Cast members kept in the dark on surprise reopening. Very, very interesting. I want to make a comment about this before we even go into the story. While I was out there yesterday, I was passing by somebody that was doing a VIP tour. And the VIP tour guide, the cast member, was telling them, yeah, it just reopened yesterday. Nobody knew about it. And people were literally informed as they were coming into work. So they obviously were doing whatever work that they were doing without cast members that work at the attraction knowing that it was coming back. So the cast members showed up for their shift, probably thinking that they were going to be, dispatched somewhere else in the Magic Kingdom, and they were told, no, go ahead and put your they had to know what costume to wear, so maybe they were dispatched somewhere else in Liberty Square. But it's just weird to think about as a cast member. You're going into work and you're thinking you're doing one job, and then you end up doing another job because you get there and that's when you're told. It's kind of weird. It was really like it was sort of a bizarre environment. But there's President Trump front and center in at the Hall of Presidents now. He is back. Although I hope they switch his tie out because he normally wears a red tie, and I would like to see that. While Disney World's unannounced reopening of the Hall of Presidents with no public announcement has left both guests and cast members stunned just days before the 4th of July. That is true. The people that I talked with that were out there, they didn't know that was going to happen. That Park Place was on the ground at Magic Kingdom this morning. That was, by the way, Sunday morning that he's talking about. Following reports that the long-shuttered attraction in Liberty Square had quietly resumed operations. When we arrived at the theater, confusion was the prevailing mood. Guests gathered outside of the building, many unaware that the attraction had reopened after a 5-month closure. Inside, multiple cast members confirmed that they were not informed about the attraction's return until they arrived for work this morning. In short, Disney didn't just keep the Hall of Presidents reopening under wraps from the public. They kept their own staff in the dark, too. That is 100% true. A low-key return for a high-profile presidente. And, yeah. I'll tell you what, the Hall of Presidents originally closed on January 20th, 2025, the day of Donald Trump's re-inauguration as President of the United States. As tradition dictates, the attraction shutters during every presidential transition to prepare the new audio animatronic figure of the sitting commander-in-chief. But with Trump being the first president in the attraction's history to return for a non-consecutive term, Disney found itself in unprecedented territory. And yet, rather than celebrate the moment or even acknowledge it, the company opted for silence. No blog post, no social media update, just a quiet update to the operating calendar at 9 a.m. on Sunday morning. The show remains the same mostly. That is true. I've seen it, and if you were watching the stream yesterday, you've seen it. The 20-minute show has not undergone any significant redesign. Guests are still treated to a narrated history of the presidency, complete with video presentations and storing quotes from former leaders. Abraham Lincoln takes the stage to deliver the Gettysburg Address, just as he had in previous versions of the attraction. The climax of the show reveals every president of the United States assembled on stage in stunning animatronic form, and once again, Donald Trump takes center stage as the sitting president, delivering the oath of office. Guests familiar with the previous version of the Trump animatronic will notice some changes. The figure has been refurbished with facial features that more closely resemble the real-life Trump, unlike the earlier version that many guests infamously believed looked suspiciously like a repurposed Hillary Clinton animatronic in a suit. I don't know if that was ever really true or if it was just not a great job on the animatronic. There are a couple of them, personally, I'm just inserting this personally, there are a couple of them that really don't look very much like themselves. John F. Kennedy looks horrible. He doesn't look anything like Kennedy. Barack Obama, I don't think even looks that good, believe it or not. I like the Richard Nixon. I want him to go, they all just nod. They don't really say anything. I want him to go, I am not a crook. That would be funny. But no, he doesn't do that. This version of Trump appears sharper, more lifelike, and more confident in its movements. And during the oath of office, there's a clear emphasis when the word Constitution is spoken, an inflection that seems deliberate and reflective of President Trump's own style. And Biden, of course, moved to the background. Part of the update, Joe Biden's animatronic has been moved to the back, now standing just over Trump's right shoulder. It's a symbolic shift from his previous center stage speaking role, but one that fits the tradition of giving prominence to the active president. Yeah, I think I literally think, and I could be wrong, but I think they literally just switched places, because I'm pretty sure that's where they had Trump before. It's also a reminder that despite rumors over the past few years, Disney has not eliminated the speaking role of the current president. The Trump figure once again speaks, and he's positioned prominently in the display. But why the secrecy? Disney's decision to reopen one of its most politically visible attractions without any fanfare or even a heads up to its own staff raises several questions. Is the company just trying to avoid the social media firestorm that sometimes follows when this particular attraction changes? Are they attempting to sidestep political coverage during a tense year, or was this simply a soft launch strategy intended to quietly reintroduce the attraction before the 4th of July crowds maybe descend on the park? I don't know. Whatever the reason, the move to bring back the Hall of Presidents with Donald Trump front and center without press release, announcement, or even cast member briefing has only added to the mystery. Yeah, I don't know. My guess, real simple guess here, is that they didn't want fanfare, and they didn't want protest, and they just wanted to avoid all of that. But you let me know down in the comments below, why do you think that this attraction was brought back so quietly? Let us know down below in the comments below before you go out the door. That's a lot of O's. Oh, thank you for coming in and checking it out today. Yes, indeed. Let's go to the chat real quick. Do they have to change diapers? Do they have to change? Jill, Sean says, Jill, do they have to change the diapers on the animatronic Joe Biden too? They should have shown Biden's animatronic posed with his auto pen in hand with fist raised to the ceiling and yelling at the clouds. I think it would be really funny if the animatronic like walked and fell off the back of the stage. That would be great. Oh my gosh. So many funny things. This is as close to quieting the noise that Bob has gotten. Bingo. Or as I like to say, because I've been watching way too much Brooklyn Nine-Nine, Bing Pot. Brooklyn Nine-Nine is the most unapologetically woke show that ever existed. But the funny thing is, before 2020, they really did woke right. And it was 2020 that made people fall off the rails and not understand how to do woke correctly. Unapologetically woke is fine because you built an audience on that. Then there's offensively woke. Unapologetically woke, I can go into and go, I don't agree with any of these things, but I think it's funny because they're kind of making fun of themselves somewhat. Offensively woke is, this is not even funny anymore. It's just offensive to everybody watching. Okay. Right now, we are 3 down in the goal for Supers. Got one more story to go. Then we're sending you over to culture. Now, this is our busy day. This is Tuesday, right? So on a Tuesday, we're here. Then there's culture. Then there's that Park Place Morning Magic at 11 o'clock. And that goes to noon. At noon, we get the WDW Pro Show, which I may or may not be on today. I'm not even sure yet. Because I was on last night. So, but I'll probably be there. I think, maybe. I don't know. Anyhow, then there's T3PO after that. So don't change that dial. We get a full day of your favorite That Park Place Network personalities. Hopefully I'm one of the favorite. I don't know. Anyhow, let's see if we get the goal of Super. Just and I hate to say that it's a chat and not a sticker. It's one of those finicky YouTube things, but I'd love to see the goal hit. YouTube likes it too. And we want to get the show out to as many people as possible. So that will definitely help. Plus, then you pick where I get to go for you next. And it will be awesome. Let's see if we can do it because I want to have a big old celebration at the end. Now, let's get on to what's going to be the main story of the day. And I know that we've been reporting on low crowds a lot. Oh, boy. You guys, come on, be nice. I'm just kidding. You don't have to be nice. Anyway, I'm laughing at these chats. They're really funny. Thank you so much for entertaining me while I do my best to try and entertain you. I definitely appreciate that. Oh, good golly. Wow. So the That Park Place Network, Follow the Bradley's Fund, that's me and others of us, especially those of us that are on the ground here at the Magic Kingdom, Walt Disney World, Orlando, Florida. We've seen the crowds diminish over time, and I don't care what anyone else says. You can always tell when people are trying to say, oh my gosh, that's so crowded, because they're going to a particularly crowded area of the park at that time when there are other areas of the park that I know are completely dead. It doesn't matter which park you're in. There's always a super quiet area. Now, I like that as a guest. I like going to a nice quiet area where there's nobody around. A lot of times if I'm in Animal Kingdom, I may find myself at Flame Tree Barbecue seating area because it's really quiet there a lot. And there are plenty of other areas. But the fact of the matter is, over the last 2 years especially, and maybe even now 3 years, going on 3 years, the crowds are kind of clicked out. Part of the reason for that, of course, is the fact that there was the pent-up demand starting in really the end of 2021 and 2022. 2022 and 2023, the first part of the year, really saw a lot of the pent-up demand visitors coming in, and the parks were stuffed, overcrowded, if you will. But that's because a lot of people put off their 2020 and 2021 vacations for some reason. And but that's pent up demand is gone, and the crowds are diminishing, and there are a lot of reasons for it. But as a guest, I think, hey, this is a good time to go. When I was there yesterday, I went into the Hall of Presidents, and it's a 620 something seat theater. There were maybe 15, 20 of us sitting in that theater watching the show. Yeah, it was quietly announced, but I mean, the park just, like, I looked around, the park wasn't busy. There was a 40-minute wait. By the time I left the park in the afternoon, I looked at the wait time for Tiana's Bayou Adventure, one of the most popular rides right now, just because it's summertime and it's hot. Not because it's a great attraction, but because it's hot. 40-minute wait time. And I looked down when I was on the train. I'm like, that's not a 40-minute wait time. It was posted at 40 minutes. There's no way that it would take you 40 minutes to get on it. I also went to what is supposed to be some type of a show for the Cool Kids Summer thing. And until it started to rain, there was nobody in that tent. I went in there to charge my phone, and they were doing like a dance meetup with Pluto. And there were like, I don't know, 3 families. So really, the attendance is down, and it's very, very, very real. And I'm here reporting it on the ground with my own eyes. But we also have our wonderful That Park Place reporters. So let me get this on the screen from thatparkplace.com. Bookmark it if you haven't done so yet. And this is by our good friend, WDW Pro. Disney World's summer crowds are already crashing, but the 4th of July and beyond may be much worse. Yeah, true story. Summer crowds aren't showing up to Walt Disney World this year, and it could get much worse very soon. Walt Disney World is facing one of its slowest summer seasons in recent memory as a confluence of economic pressures, waning international tourism, and increased competition from rival theme parks continues to depress attendance, according to industry analysts and park watchers. That'd be me, like on the ground, watch the park. Disney World summer crowds that traditionally packed the Orlando resort have thinned significantly, and all signs point to an even steeper decline following the 4th of July holiday. Oh boy, yeah. It'll be a little bit busier this weekend coming up on the 4th, but then after, we shall see. Data gathered by crowd tracking service Tourist Plans reveals that average wait times at Disney World are down considerably compared to pre-pandemic years. For example, early June 2025 saw wait times that were nearly 50% lower than those recorded or during the same period in 2017, which was considered a peak attendance year. These figures suggest fewer guests in the park, despite summer typically being one of the busiest seasons. In anecdotal reports shared on Reddit and other forums, guests have described the parks as shockingly empty and cited low wait times, sparse crowds, and last-minute restaurant availability as clear signs that demand has softened. Let me talk about the restaurant availability. For annual pass holders are literally getting pass member level discounts on some of the restaurants. What I mean by that is 40% off at some of the restaurants. 40% off actually takes the price of your meal down to barely above what it would normally be at a regular restaurant outside the park, instead of astronomically above what it would normally be in a restaurant outside of Walt Disney World. Because as you know, Disney World restaurants they're at least double the cost that any food outside of Disney would be for the same exact meal. So lowering them by 40% for annual pass holders is huge, that Disney needs people to go in there. Yes, indeed. A Reddit poll asking users why they were skipping trips this year yielded consistent themes: lingering economic uncertainty, Disney's rising prices, and a lack of new attractions. There is Lonely Walt. This is Dreamer's Point, the statue in Epcot. It's supposed to be Walt the Dreamer is the name of the statue, but he's now dubbed Lonely Walt because hardly anybody goes to see him there. Wow. Disney's aggressive pricing strategy appears to be contributing to the attendance slump. Ticket prices, food costs, and optional encouraged lightning lane skip the line feature have continued to rise, with some families reporting vacation budgets stretched beyond comfort. A recent report from Disney Fanatic described this trend as Disney being addicted to price hikes, pushing out many middle-income visitors who once formed the backbone of summer attendance. Dynamic pricing, resort fee increases, and the monetization of formerly free experiences have made Disney Vacation Experience feel less accessible to a broad demographic. The continued perception that Disney vacations are becoming a luxury offering may be hurting their ability to attract crowds during non-holiday periods. Yes, Disney is not an inclusive place. Disney is all about exclusion. When they use the word inclusive, the one thing that they never mean is economically, which is the biggest thing that it should be, economically inclusive. Unfortunately, that will always make the word inclusion a hypocritical word. You cannot call yourself inclusive and not include everybody without being completely hypocritical, and that's what Disney is, because they're actually an exclusive vacation, not inclusive at all. Yes, so I'm trying to see, make sure the continued perception that Disney vacations are becoming a luxury offering, may be hurting their ability to attract crowds during non-holiday periods. Yeah, it's bad. It's really bad. Of course, we must also say that decisions like destroying Splash Mountain probably aren't helping with the more traditional crowd. Another factor contributing to the decline is sluggish international travel. While domestic tourism has seen modest recovery since the pandemic, international visitation to Disney World, especially from Canada, Europe, and Latin America, has not returned to pre-2020 levels. Rising airfare prices, currency fluctuations, and global travel concerns are keeping many overseas tourists away from Orlando this summer. Look how sparse that is on Main Street, USA. It's usually much busier than that. Oof. In particular, a growing online trend of Canadian tourists boycotting U.S. travel due to political disagreements has been noted by some media outlets as a possible drag on attendance numbers. The launch of Universal's Epic Universe theme park in late May is also having a significant impact, featuring new attractions based on Nintendo's Mario franchise, the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, How to Train Your Dragon. The park has become a major draw for both first-time tourists and seasoned theme park fans seeking something new, including celebrities. Saw a lot of celebrities show up for the opening of that. Analysts estimate that as many as 1 million guests who would have otherwise visited Disney World in 2025 may instead opt to explore Universal's expanded offerings. With no major new rides debuting at Disney this year, the contrast between the two resort giants is becoming increasingly apparent to vacationers weighing their options. And guess what? The announced rides coming to Disney down the road don't seem to really be doing much either for excitement. 4th of July holiday, typically a peak time for Disney attendance, may do little to reverse the downward trend. Last year's 4th crowds were already lighter than expected, and early indicators suggest 2025 may follow suit. Theme park blogs report that average wait times on Independence Day may have actually decreased compared to late June, and Disney's lack of blackout dates for annual pass holders this year may further dilute the crowd surge typically associated with the holiday. So I'm blacked out, but there have been more reservations on the non-blackout days that have opened up. So moreover, while Disney continues to promote patriotic nighttime entertainment and exclusive fireworks shows, the lack of accompanying major events or new offerings appears to be limiting the holidays' drawing power. Looking ahead to the rest of the summer, the outlook remains cautious. No major new attractions opening on the calendar, and guests increasingly sensitive to pricing. Attendance is likely to remain soft throughout July and August. Economic headwinds such as interest rates and inflation continue to weigh on discretionary spending for many American households. And unless Disney makes significant adjustments to pricing or announces new guest incentives, attendance may not rebound until Halloween or the holiday season, a time when seasonal events traditionally lift visitation. The one exception, as we've covered before, the Disney World water parks are insanely crowded this summer due to overly zealous promotions. For now, the once booming summer crowds that defined Disney World for decades appear to be fading into memory, replaced by a quieter, more uncertain era for the world's most famous theme park resort. Nobody can blame consumers, but rather the poor decisions and planning by Disney executives. Unfortunately, there's no end of that in the near future. And that is somewhat sad for the C-suite, but somewhat good if you plan on going. Because right now, if you plan on going this summer, you might be in luck. The crowds might be light. And I gotta say, personally, I prefer lighter crowds. I don't know how you are, but let me know in the comments below. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below before you go out the door. Thank you for checking it out today. Let's check out the chat. Tony O. Tower has popped in and says, the competition is definitely getting stronger when it comes to theme park options. Absolutely, 100%. If Epic offered a pass right now, I needed to drop the Disney pass in order to take it, I would. And I'm not even kidding. Epic is so much better. Honestly. Help. Thanks for coming into the chat, guys. We are shy of the goal. I don't know if anyone wants to help us out, but I'll tell you what. If we do 2 more 99-cent or up supers, we will call it a goal because there was that sticker. And then you guys get to choose where I go next. Otherwise, we'll restart the goal tomorrow because I like doing that goal where you guys get to pick where it is that I end up live next. It's kind of fun because I never know. Could be Universal Islands of Adventure. Could be Universal Orlando. It could be one of the Disney parks. Could even be SeaWorld live. I was there the other day. God, SeaWorld's doing so many things to make their park more crowded. By the way, SeaWorld is packed. Comparatively, and I'm just saying this as somebody who's on the ground. You keep doing stickers. I appreciate it. I'll tell you what, the stickers don't like help towards the goal, but they help me out. And so what I'm going to do, because of the support, and we've had quite a bit, I'm looking at what I have. I don't have what YouTube likes to have, but I do have 5 supports. I have NEW with the $5.99. Let's start things off right. Got 5 gifties from Go and Shogi. Then Dan's Life with the Kingdom chimed in with the $1.99. Then we've got all of these super stickers from Sean. There's more coming in. My gosh, one more. Okay. We'll call it a goal. We will call it a goal. I don't have time. I got to get you over to Culture Casino because he's already going, guys. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. We are going to celebrate this one more time, and we might even come in and do a big celebration tomorrow. Let's do this one right now. And Andy W., thank you so much. We got the goal. Now, according to YouTube, of course, they don't. I don't know why I need to write them and get them to count super stickers towards goals. Anyhow, that's neither here nor there because it should be them. And of course, Go and Shogi comes in to actually pop the actual goal. So here's what I'm going to do because I can't put it here. I'm going to put a post. Look for my post in the community post on YouTube, and I will post. So that you guys get the option over the next week to send me somewhere, all right? And I might even put another poll up in the live stream tomorrow. But you guys get to choose where I do my next live stream. Now, thank you guys so much for the support, and thank you for getting July started off right. I gotta send you over to Culture because we don't have a lot of time left with Culture. And then there's That Park Place and WDW Pro and the whole thing today. Thank you guys so much for coming in with all the support, starting July off right, being the best audience on YouTube, and getting this thing out to as many people as we can. Thank you so much. And until next time, go enjoy a Bucky's brisket. If you've been watching the channel, you know what I mean by that. Thank you guys so much. And until next time, we will, in fact, see you. Wait, I think I saw one more. Did I see one more? Pam says Gatorland. I don't have a Gatorland pass. I might have to buy one for you for this. We'll see. We shall see. Thank you guys so much. And until next time, we will, in fact, see you real soon. Bye, everybody. Ciao. Tell Culture I said hi. Bye.